Hey guys, Alex Rodriguez here, Bay Cities Construction. Today I want to talk to you about the progress and the process of the cleanup efforts in the city of LA, particularly in the Pacific Palisades. This is according to a bulletin put out on January 29th by LADBS per Mayor Karen Bass executive order. The cleanup effort is going to be broken down to two stages. Stage one is going to be run by the EPA, and they're going to clean up hazardous materials like paints and solvents, gasoline, diesel, anything else that could be considered a hazardous material. That's going to be phase one. Most of the Palisades has undergone phase one. They're on the tail end of it. They are opening up to phase two. They're going to be running them simultaneous. So for the lots that are phase one is completed, phase two will start. Phase two encompasses large structures, trees, anything left over from the fire that's large and dangerous. The Army Corps of Engineers is going to be removing that off the property. You can opt out of the program and have your private contractors get started with the cleanup if you don't feel like waiting. Otherwise, you're going to wait. You're going to opt in and wait for the Army Corps of Engineers to do the thing, and you can definitely, when it comes up, when you'll be notified, and you'll deal with coordinating what's going to get removed and stuff from the property. There's an online portal at LADBS that you can actually get started with your demo process without having to pull a permit, but you do have to do the following three things, or you have to meet the three criteria. You have to apply and notify LADBS that you want to do the demo prior to the demo. Number two, you cannot remove any pads or concrete driveways, parcels that have a slope greater than 20%. So think of quarter-inch per linear foot. If you have a slope, you don't want to remove the concrete because you're going to have a lot of drainage issues on your property. So you don't want that. If you're going to remove the foundation, it shouldn't exceed more than 3 feet of depth, and it shouldn't encroach into the public right-of-way. You got to make sure that stays intact. It should be duly noted that for phase one, the EPA has to do the cleanup there, and you would have to provide them with a right of entry. So there's a digital component, I think, on the LA County's website there. And we'll put those links below. For those of you that are considering opting out of phase two, make sure you understand that if you opt out, you won't be allowed to later change your mind, and you'll have to cover the entire expense of removing that debris and concrete and all that stuff. So just think carefully, make sure you understand what your exposure is as far as costs before you opt out in the event that you're considering that. For those of you that have a total loss, that the entire structure was burnt to the ground, you will very likely not be able to salvage the concrete foundation. You should have an engineer take a look at that right away and assess its condition. Many people think that they can keep the foundation and just build on top of it, and for the most part, on a full burn down, it's very unlikely you'll be able to, because the foundation gets damaged. So that'll be one of the first things you'll want your team of pros to come and assess. The fire insurance company or your insurance company will also take a look at that, but they're not covered. Most people don't realize that insurance does not cover the foundation. It only covers the structure. So keep that in mind. Folks, I hope you found this information useful. And just a reminder, if you want to book a Zoom call, have any questions, if there's anything I could do to help you get started with the rebuilding process, you can always go to baycitiesconstruction.com. Once we're allowed access and the checkpoints will allow contractors to come up, I'll have my team and our field office up there, and we'll be in the field to help you out and get you started on the rebuilding process.